This afternoon, the National League released the fixtures for the 2023 to 2024 season, but much of it did not go as you'd expect. So, of course, today it is Wednesday, the 5th of July, a date that many fans of National League clubs up and down the country have been waiting for. Today was, of course, the release of the National League fixtures, and in the spirit of that, I'm going to run you through the fixtures for my team, Gateshead, and of course, what it all means. So, for a change, we're actually starting the season at home on Saturday, the 5th of August, so a month from now, against Boreham Wood. Of course, a team that we faced at the back end of last season, put in a very good performance against at the back end of last season. But a tough start all the same. A team that many are expecting to be there or thereabouts. So maybe a good test for us to start the new season off with. But at home, I imagine there should be a pretty positive atmosphere at the International Stadium that day. Anything's possible. I mean, our record against Boreham Wood isn't the worst by any means. So yeah, it's going to be a tough test, but no reason why we can't go out and win that game. Then a week later, Saturday the 12th, it is one of the games that I think many people have been waiting for, but it has come a lot earlier than I think the majority of people are expecting, and it is away to Hartlepool United. Now, usually in the National League, this fixture would be played on Boxing Day, but lo and behold, the National League have changed it around this year, and I'll get onto Boxing Day a little bit later on. But we have our nearest game geographically, Hartlepool's nearest game geographically, is taking place on Saturday the 12th of August. So get your head around that one. Then the first Tuesday game of the season, Tuesday the 15th, it is a trip down to London for Gateshead and to Dagenham and Redbridge. Now, I'm not sure if I'll be able to make this game or not. I mean, at this moment in time, I'd probably say it's maybe 80-20 that I won't be able to go, but things can change. I mean, I'm not totally ruling it out yet, but unfortunately it is looking a little bit unlikely. Then Saturday the 19th is a visit from newly promoted Ebbsfleet United. So again, another tough game. They'll provide a pretty good test for us, but there's a pretty good relationship between us and Ebbsfleet, actually. Obviously, a few years ago when we were going through everything with Joe Calla, we had a game against Ebbsfleet, and their fans joined in our protests after the game, etc. So there's a lot of good feeling between the two clubs. So looking forward to that game most definitely. Then a week later on Saturday the 26th, it is yet another home game, and it is a visit from Woking. So this is not an easy start to the season by any means, is it? Of course, Woking, another team that many expect to be up there. Then we are rounding off August on August Bank Holiday, Monday the 28th, and it is a repeat of the FA Trophy final, and we're heading to the Shea to take on FC Halifax Town. Now, it is a repeat fixture of the FA Trophy final, but fingers crossed it is not a repeat outcome of the FA Trophy final. Then going into September, on Saturday the 2nd, it is a visit from Oldham Athletic, which is a game that you probably expect would attract a fairly respectable crowd. Imagine Oldham will bring quite a few up. And as well in that fixture is, of course, the return of Dan Ward, so I'm sure he'll get a pretty good reception when he comes back. Saturday the 9th, it is a trip to Eastleigh. Now, I don't think I'm going to do this one, I'll tell you why in just a second. And that's because a week later, Saturday the 16th, is a trip to Aldershot Town. Now, given the close proximity of these two fixtures to each other, I think for me, obviously, like financially and things like that, it had to be a case of one or the other, and I think I'm going to go with Aldershot. I mean, I might change my mind over the next couple of weeks or so, but for now, I am going with Aldershot. Tuesday the 19th of September, it is a visit from newly promoted Kidderminster Harriers. So That's going to be another good test for us. Remember, in the 21-22 season, we met in the National League North, and that home 4-0 win against them was possibly one of the best performances I've ever seen from any Gateshead side. So, bit reminiscing about some good times then, but all the same, it would be nice if we can just concentrate on the job in hand that night and all being well, get the 3 points. Then Saturday the 23rd, another home game, and it is a visit from Maidenhead United, of course, the side we faced on the last day of the league campaign and picked up a 4-0 win. So, will it be that straightforward this time? Probably not, but all the same, it is a winnable game. So, fingers crossed we can get that win. Tuesday the 26th, it is a visit to Oxford City. Now, I'm going to do everything in my power to get to this one. Obviously, it's a ground I've never been to before. So, the chance I probably will be there, I'd say it is 80-20 that I will be at that one. So, Oxford City on Tuesday the 26th, and Saturday the 30th, it is a visit to Bromley, which I'm not going to be at because, quite frankly, I don't really like going to Bromley's ground. So that weekend, I'm actually planning a trip to Scotland for the Motherwell versus Celtic game. Obviously, that could well be moved to the Sunday that weekend, but if it is, I'll just go to another game on Saturday and just keep in Scotland overnight. Moving on to October, Tuesday the 3rd, it is a visit from Wealdstone. Now, I can't say I envy Wealdstone on this one. It is a very long journey for them. I believe they're a part-time team as well on a Tuesday night, so it's going to be a difficult night for them, that one. And Saturday the 7th, it is another home game, this time against Altrincham. Now, that week, I am actually going to be on leave, so just stand by that week, because I am basically planning on the Thursday going out into Europe and watching a game in either the Europa League or the Europa Conference League. So it's going to be a big week that for the channel. 2 Gateshead home games and a European trip. Then obviously Saturday the 14th of October, we will be in the 4th qualifying round of the FA Cup. But a week later, Saturday the 21st, it is a trip to the title favourites, a trip to Chesterfield. So tough game there, followed 3 nights later by a trip to Rochdale, which is a game I'm definitely looking forward to. Went to Rochdale in the FA Cup a few years ago, and it was a really good away day, so looking forward to going back. Then rounding off October on Saturday the 28th with a visit from last season's National League North champions, our successors to the National League North title, AFC Fylde. Now, it moving into November, Saturday the 4th has been set aside because it's the first round proper of the FA Cup. I mean, fingers crossed we get there, but we'll just have to wait and see. But Saturday the 11th, it is a visit from Dorking Wanderers, and don't you worry, the multi-ball system will be there in abundance, so brace yourselves for that one. Saturday the 18th, it is a visit to Barnet, of course, the side we beat in the FA Trophy semi-final, so they'll be out for revenge in that one, but I think I'm going to do that one. So that is Saturday the 18th. Tuesday the 21st of November is a visit to Solihull Moors, which is a game that I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably not gonna do. Again, don't really like going to Solihull's ground. Then rounding off November, it is a home game on Saturday the 25th against Southend United. Now, moving into the festive period and into December, on Saturday the 2nd, it is the first reverse fixture of the season. It is a visit to Woking, subject to either side being involved in the second round of the FA Cup. Saturday the 9th, we go into the FA Trophy at the third round stage. And speaking of the FA Trophy, Saturday the 16th, again, it is a repeat of last year's final, and FC Halifax Town will be visiting the International Stadium. Then 2 days before Christmas, on Saturday the 23rd of December, we make the trip to Oldham Athletic. Now, Boxing Day, as I mentioned, I think just about everyone was expecting it to be Hartlepool, but once again, it is actually York City, but this time we will be facing them at the International Stadium on Boxing Day, then at the Elenier Community Stadium on New Year's Day, which kind of takes me into January. On Saturday the 6th, subject to either team being in the third round of the FA Cup, it will be a visit from Eastleigh. Saturday the 13th has been set aside for the fourth round of the FA Trophy. Saturday the 20th, we'll be making a trip to Dorking Wanderers, and I will be doing that one. Obviously, I had to miss it last year. Obviously, it was like only a couple of days after I'd come back from America's train strikes, etc. But going to be making no mistakes this time around, and I will be going to Dorking. Tuesday the 23rd, it is a visit from Solihull Moors. Then we are rounding off January on Saturday the 27th, subject to either team being in the fourth round of the FA Cup. And I'm getting a bit optimistic at this point, but that will be a visit from Barnet. Now, moving into February, Saturday the 3rd, it is a trip to Southend United. So I enjoyed the trip to Southend last year and most definitely going to do it again. Saturday the 10th, subject to either side being in the fifth round of the FA Trophy, it is a visit from Aldershot Town. On Saturday the 17th, it is a trip to Wealdstone. Tuesday the 20th, a game I'm not sure I'll be able to make. It is a trip to Kidderminster Harriers. Rounding off February on Saturday the 24th with a visit from Oxford City. Going into March, lots of teams will be playing football several times, and on Saturday the 2nd, Gateshead will be at Boreham Wood. However, I won't be. I'll actually be in Italy that weekend, and I'm set that as the weekend. I'm going to do the San Siro, and it is going to be Inter versus Genoa, so we're really excited to bring you that game on the channel. Saturday the 9th of March, subject to either side being in a quarter-final of the FA Trophy, is going to be a visit from Hartlepool United. Tuesday the 12th, it is a visit from Dagenham and Redbridge. Saturday the 16th, we make the trip to Kent to face Ebbsfleet United. Saturday the 23rd, the trip to Greater Manchester to face Altrincham. Then rounding off March on Good Friday, the 29th, against Rochdale at the International Stadium. Now, moving to the final month of the season, on Easter Monday, we make the trip over to Lancashire to face AFC Fylde. Saturday the 6th, subject to either side being in the semi-final of the FA Trophy, it is a visit from Chesterfield. Saturday the 13th, and the last away game of the season, will of course be a trip to Maidenhead United, and rounded off the season on Saturday the 20th against Bromley at the International Stadium. So that is where we're at in terms of Gateshead's fixture list. I've got to say I'm pretty surprised at quite a lot of it. Like you just look at August. Got Hartlepool on a Saturday, then Dagenham on the Tuesday, both away games. Surely you'd think it'd make more sense to have those games the other way around. But I guess in many respects, you'd think we would probably take a pretty respectable crowd to Hartlepool on a Saturday in the middle of August. So let's hope that proves to be the case. A bit frustrating that Oxford City's on a Tuesday night, but what can you do? I'm still going to, make the effort to go down there. And as I said, I really don't envy Wealdstone having to come to us on a Tuesday night when you consider at the end of that week Altrincham are coming to us and that's on a Saturday. Again, probably make more sense for those fixtures to be the other way around. Obviously, Solihull, that's 2 Tuesday nights. Dagenham have to come to us on a Tuesday night. So, have the National League made a bit of a cock-up with the fixtures? You could potentially say that. I mean, I think Boxing Day is the most baffling of them all. Obviously, we played York on Boxing Day last year, so facing them over the festive period is nothing new to us. But you think Hartlepool are playing away to Oldham, which I think for a lot of people doesn't really make that much sense. And I think it's been a bit of a thing across all 3 divisions. Like I noticed in the National League North, Spennymoor are up against Chorley on Boxing Day, which is pretty baffling considering I think everyone was just pretty much expecting the fixtures in the National League North on Boxing Day to be Blythe taking on South Shields, which they are. Spennymoor taking on Darlington, and Scarborough facing probably Farsley Celtic, but it's just so strange because Scarborough playing Darlow again, and yet Spenny have been left cold a little bit, and perhaps a little bit unnecessarily. Same with Gateshead and Hartlepool, really. I mean, I know the York fans aren't particularly happy about facing us over Christmas, and I have to say that feeling is mutual. That's the only way you can put it, but it is what it is. But all the same, I'm looking forward to getting going. There are positives to the overall fixture list. I mean, I like the look of Halifax on a bank holiday. I love going to the Three Pigeons. I mean, I don't like our records at the Shea, but it's not a bad away day in itself. Altrincham on a Saturday is a good thing. Filed when maybe the weather's starting to get a little bit better as well. So it's not all bad. And obviously Oldham 2 days before Christmas. I imagine that is going to be. I imagine we might make a little bit of a Christmas do out of that. So there's certainly things to look forward to within it. But anyway, that's that for this video, and I will not actually be back until next Tuesday now, because I've got a family event to attend to at the weekend, so I can't make the Gateshead v Sunderland game. But I will be back, of course, next Tuesday, and it is Gisborough Town versus Mask United. So looking forward to that one, actually. It's always a good game when Gisborough and Mask go head to head. So until then, take care, cheers for watching, and see you later.